Hmm. Welcome to the live scream of terror. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, welcome to the live scream of terror. I'm your host, McDonald's, and we're going to jump into another stream. I hope the lighting's okay, and I hope the audio works. I got the headphones plugged in and everything. Everything should be set, and we're going to get talking about some brand new things for 2019, because you know I'm going to go there. So lots of things going on. If you've read the title to this stream, you know exactly what to expect. First things first, we're going to talk about HauNTcon, my trip to New Orleans, how that all went, what I saw, what I liked, what I didn't like, all of that stuff. Then I'm going to show you 5 new masks that I added to my collection. It's a bit funny, actually. A few years ago, I thought masks were so dumb. They weren't props. They couldn't even stand up on their own. And who really needs a mask anyways? But after figuring out what haunted houses and haunting in the industry is all about, I've really grown fond of masks, and it's become one of my new favorite hobbies. Actually, I would say right now I'm collecting more masks than I am props, which I think is a good thing, and masks are typically cheaper. And I also, I've had many suggestions to look at horror trailers, teaser trailers, the regular trailers, movies that are coming out soon this year, or maybe even, excuse me, next year. I think most of them are coming out this year, though. There's 3 in particular that I want to watch with you guys, and I'll give my feedback on those. I could do videos on them, but I figured it might be more fun to do it in a live type setting. So that is the plan. Again, thank you guys all for joining. And before we jump into it, we have reached a major milestone here on hauntformer. We have hit 30,000 subscribers. It boggles my mind, honestly. I haven't really stopped to think about it too much. But if you think about, I work at a movie theater. You think about how many people sit in a theater. Our biggest theater, completely sold out, seats about 200 people, more or less. That's 200. 30,000 people chose to hit that button, the subscribe button on my channel. And I know in the whole scheme of things, 30,000 isn't really that much. PewDiePie has what? So many millions. PewDiePie versus T-Series has like 76 million subscribers. Even the more famous horror channels out there like Mr. Nightmare have, 1 million. But for what I do and for the amount of people who watch, that is really special to me, and I hope to you guys as well. And yeah, you're right, Emmett. 30K is a lot. A lot of people. It seems like not a big thing, Halloween and kind of what we do, our little niche, our little industry, but it's really big when you think 30,000 people are watching me. So to all of you, I say thank you. I'm thankful to God every day. He's blessed me with all of you guys and so much more. The props, the masks, it's all fun. It's cool. But really, when you get down to it, they're just rubber and plastic. But people and what we do, that won't be lost. So thank you guys for 30,000 subscribers. And with that being said, we're going to jump into the news. So first of all, Cameron mentioned Prodigy as well as Hollow Haunts. Talked about Prodigy. Again, I work at a movie theater. I have not seen Prodigy. I actually don't even know what it's about. The poster does look cool though, because you got the kid with the half skull, the half regular face. So that seems pretty interesting. So that's awesome. And so I'm going to talk about that more later. I'm going to talk about horror movies later. So stay tuned for that. I also want to briefly address shout outs, because I know a lot of people ask about shout outs. Now, here's the thing. I'm fine with giving shout outs. It's cool. But let me just tell you the hidden truth about shout outs that I've watched videos and learned about from other YouTube creators. They don't work. They don't work. Here's why. Well, at least for us, it's a little bit better because if you're trying to meet new people who do Halloween videos, it'll be easy to meet people with similar interests. But just so you know, when you get a shout out on a YouTube channel, most people aren't clicking on your thing just because someone names off your channel. Now, I get for the novelty of having your favorite YouTuber say your channel name, that's completely understandable. But in terms of like if you want to get people to check out your channel, the best thing to do would be in the chat right now or in the comments of this video, leave a little summary about what your channel's all about. What are the cool things you do? Do you do prop videos, mask videos? Do you build your own haunted house? Do you do sound effects? What is it that you do? And perhaps people will check out your channel that way. So that's just a little tip from me. But I can do some shout outs later as well. All right, first things first, let's talk about HauNTcon. HauNTcon was awesome. I had a lot of fun. I went with my grandpa, my mom, and me. We flew out on Saturday morning. If you saw my vlogish video on it, then you know that we left at about, we left the house at like 7 in the morning or something. And we arrived at New Orleans I got to HauNTcon probably around 12-ish to 1. And it was super cool. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't that cold in New Orleans. I actually, our hotel we stayed at, I could actually walk to the convention center from the hotel. So it was really nice. I Ubered a few times, and I've never really Ubered before, so that was cool. And HauNTcon was awesome. I met so many awesome people. Hang on one second. I just remembered something. All right, sorry, I'm back. And the reason is I had something that I wanted to show you guys from HauNTcon. But back to what I was talking about. I got to meet a lot of really cool people at HauNTcon. Unfortunately, the main people that I did want to meet, I didn't get to. And those two major people were Ed and Marcia Edmonds from Distortions. I didn't get to see them, sadly. They were mostly there on Friday, I think. And I wasn't there on Friday, unfortunately. And the other person I wanted to meet was Justin Mabry from Trick or Treat Studios. I saw him walking around a few times, but, he's busy with a lot of other people, which I understood. But I did get to meet Chris Zeffro, who's the president of Trick or Treat Studios. They make like all the masks that I have, or at least a lot of them. I got to meet some of the people from Ghoulish Productions, and they're going to maybe send me some cool masks to review for you guys and unbox so you guys can see their brand new stuff. And by the way, it's super cool, and they have some really cool new stuff. So make sure to watch my video if you haven't seen, because Ghoulish is getting up there in one of my favorite companies. They have a Momo mask coming this year, and I'd like to know, because I've seen some controversies regarding their masks, especially their creepypasta stuff, and if they have the copyright licenses for those characters. And I was talking to some people at the convention, and those characters are hard to license. So that's kind of a tangent, but we can talk about that more later if you have that question. But I got to meet some people from Lord Grimley's Manor, who's a really cool eBay and online Halloween shop, which, by the way, if you're going to pre-order anything for Halloween, check out their website first, because they have really good deals there and usually free shipping. So check them out. Trying to think of what else I was gonna say. There's something else. There were some other people that I got to meet. Who was it? Oh, I did the review of Cat Eyes, if you remember, a few months back around Halloween time, and I got to meet some of the people from Cat Eyes. They were super nice and helpful at the convention. I also got to meet the host of Brian. I got to meet the host from Haunt Topic Radio. I'm trying to remember names and stuff. There was a lot of different people. But I met Brian. He also does the Scare It badges, which we can talk about more. I actually got a couple from him. I got a Media Ghoul badge, which was really nice. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And one person, before I move on, I also got to meet some people from Morbid Enterprises, J. Marcus, and Sunstar. But the people from Morbid were super nice. Shout out to you guys. Morbid has some really cool stuff, by the way. I actually have their catalog here. And it's worth taking a look at. You can also check out my video, and they're also going to be uploading a segment of my video to their Facebook page, so don't miss that. But you're going to see all of that stuff come to fright, kind of like come to light this season. And the cool thing is, I actually met the guy. This was kind of a nerd thing for me, because as you all know, well, let me just ask, who knows what my favorite prop of all time is? I'll give you a moment. I'll give you a moment. Come on, you guys will know this. Yes, very good. You guys know my favorite prop of all time is Spasm. I've had him for such a long time, and when I was at the convention, I actually got to meet, this was, like I said, a nerd moment for me, the voice actor of Spasm. He even did, he's older now, but he did the, like, for me at the convention, which I thought was pretty cool. He also does the voice of Hex, the that thing. It was super cool to meet him, and it was just a lot of fun at the convention. Also, I met some of the people from Morris Costumes, some of the Morrises. Yeah, that sounds right. And I also met a really nice guy from SVI, from Seasonal Visions, and I forgot his name. I want to say it's Scott. That sounds wrong, though. So if Scott, you're watching this, or whoever I'm referring to, I'm sorry that I butchered your name, but you know who I'm talking about. I met him there. He was super cool, and we talked for a little bit, and I looked around at some of the props, and it was not Mike. I'm 99% sure it wasn't Mike. Let me actually check Instagram, because I know the name is on my Instagram, because we're friends now. So give me a second. Hang on. Let's see. Let's see. What's his name? Sorry, guys. Oh, someone else I got to meet. Her name is Sylvia V. I don't know if you've heard of her. Ginger Snapped. She's a scare actress, and she's a haunt actor / haunt actor trainer. And I got to meet her. She was really, really nice. Why can't I remember his name? This is bugging me. If I can't find it, oh well. That'll just have to be how it is. I'm gonna look up Brian. That's not it. Is it Scott? Hang on. All right, I think I give up. All right, I'm sorry. Whoever it was that I met, you know who I'm talking about. Uh, was it Mike? Was that Mike? But I'm regardless of who his name is, he's from SVI. and he actually designed a lot of the SBI props that are out this year, which I didn't realize until I got home and looked up his, social media and stuff and realized just how talented the guy is. He was a really nice guy too. And, he was really appreciative about the comments I was saying about the props. But man, the stuff he designed both of KG the Clown and the Ringmaster. He designed a lot of that stuff. All right, it was Mike Reynolds. Does he also do the voice acting of the props too? I don't think he does. I might be thinking of somebody else. But if it was Mike Reynolds, then Mike, you were super cool. Shout out to you. And really, he doesn't need a shout out from me because his stuff speaks for itself. But it was super cool to meet him. And I actually think I saw him at the airport afterwards, but I didn't say anything because I didn't know, and I didn't want to go, hey. And then he's like, that wasn't me. So it was probably better that nothing happened, but it was super cool to meet him. And like I said, a lot of fun. But I also met another Mike, kind of. I got to meet J. Michael Roddy, and I wanted to do a shout out to him and a big shout out to his book, which I honestly haven't read yet. I have to say I've been busy with school and work and all that stuff, but I am going to try to start reading his book. I'm not much of a reader, but I'm going to try. Plus, not to mention, it's a fun book too. And it is called Haunter's Tale. I actually have it here. Again, his name's J. Michael Roddy. It's a big book, too. Got lots of content in here. It's got a big jack-o'-lantern on the front. You can't miss it. And the reason that I'm saying that you should check out this book is because it tells you the tips and tricks about how to be a haunter. And it's just got a lot of content in here. It's got, what is a haunter? Wow, that's really tough. The foreword is by Tom Savini. That's really cool. There's all of these different techniques on acting, makeup. It's just really cool. And, you might be going, well, that's cool, but who's J. Michael Roddy? Okay. J. Michael Roddy is one of the, from what he told me, he's one of the original founders, I guess you would say, of Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. In fact, he designed Jack the Clown from the Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights ads. His face was actually used for the original mold for the costume of Jack. He actually signed it for me. He said, to Mac, the original hauntformer, Beast Witches. And he drew a picture of Jack the Clown. So there it is. That's what he signed for me. And I thought that was really nice of him. He was super nice too. And like I said, had a lot of fun at the convention. Now, I briefly want to open up I'm going to screen share for a second. Give me a moment. All right, I'm screen sharing now. Because what I wanted to do is I wanted to briefly show off the HauNTcon video. So if you haven't, please check out my trip to HauNTcon. That's more of a vlog type video. You can also check out my new video I uploaded today, by the way. That'd be really awesome. But the main one right here is the Halloween and Party Expo. Oh, that's cool. It says that I'm live now. That's awesome. So I'm not going to show everything because you probably want to check that out for yourself. But some of the, let me actually lower the volume so I can. So some of the highlights of the expo were especially from Tots, Trick or Treat Studios. Actually, right here, their Michael Myers masks, especially the H1 and the H4, were super awesome. Also seeing, some of the props in person, like the Good Guy doll was really neat. And the Annabelle right here, really cool. Of course, most of the seasonal vision stuff was pretty darn spectacular. The caged props. Actually, one of my favorite things from the expo was this thing right here, the caged gremlin. I really like it. I'm going to try to get my claws on it, so stay tuned for a review of that, because he was fun. The Distortions Unlimited stuff was also sweet. I should be getting, actually, one of their props in the mail soon. The Corpse Beheaded. I mentioned that in a previous stream. This mummy was also sick. I love mummies. See, I got that. I ordered that. That'll be coming soon. Morbid Enterprises again. Man, their stuff was off the chain this year. Especially this first thing. That's why I kind of had to skip around in the video. This clown. Awesome clown. A lot of clown stuff, but their props are getting much more elaborate, which is really cool that they're, expanding out of their typical props. Here's, of course, their Pennywise, which I have to say is a really neat sculpt, and I love the size of his head. Again, I'm not trying to skip through super fast, but they have a lot to offer. Also, the Jason and the Nun are super cool. So people were asking me, and I'm going to answer it right now. I've had many. I mentioned the other day that I ordered a prop in the mail. Well, yeah, the prop is coming to me in the mail, and people are like, "What? What's the prop going to be?" I will now confirm, because of you guys watching the stream, it is the Morbid Enterprises Jason Voorhees. So only you guys will know, unless of course people rewatch the chat, which that's always an option. But yeah, we're gonna be getting the Jason Voorhees in the mail. So stay tuned for a review and unboxing and all that good stuff on him. There's also the Billy puppet from Saw. They have a lot of licensed characters. The one unfortunate kind of thing, one of the negatives of the expo, and it's not really such a negative, it's just kind of a misunderstanding, is right there you can see an inflatable Freddy and Jason, and people thought those were going to be animatronics, and unfortunately it doesn't seem like it's the case unless they're hiding those because they don't want the, intellectual property to get out there, which, I understand. Another big highlight was, of course, the Pennywise, the Jimmy Pennywise, which I think was fantastic. And also the Beetlejuice was really cool. I know some people aren't a huge fan of him and his movement, but in person, he definitely looked pretty cool, though, he does look a little bit, his face looks a little bit weird, but again, it's still very neat. Here's some of the Zagoni. I said it right this time. I finally said it right. Okay, it's Zagoni because I asked them. It's pronounced Zagoni. Don't worry, I'm not going to keep mispronouncing it. One of their cool things, actually, if you go back, were those UV masks. They glow in black light. Those were really fun. This company was also awesome. VFX. Their stuff is pricey for me, just because I'm more of a home haunter than a professional. But if you can afford it, I mean, it was really cool. And a shout out to this guy. He's one of the owners of the company, I believe, and he was super cool in letting me, shoot all these videos and kind of setting up the props for me. So shout out to you guys. Another big company that I loved was Pumpkin Pulp. As always, they actually got first place, the first place award for, I think, Booth of the Year, which obviously they deserved because it was awesome. And they have some cool new masks. One of their new ones they, debuted at the show was this one right here, kind of like a snowman. That was awesome. Haunt shirts was also really nice. I got one of their shirts. It's super comfy, by the way, and they have a lot of really cool designs. Just skipping around here, we got Sunstar. They had a lot of really neat things. A lot of smaller items, not really so much in terms of big things. One of the things I really liked is the dummy face. Not that. But the clown's cool too. But this dummy. That looks like something they'd sell at Target, so keep your eyes peeled. This sign shop, the Lisden Sign Shop, was also awesome. These signs are pretty affordable, and they're made out of metal, so they're very high quality. So please check out them. By the way, all of the links to find everything are in the description. And last but certainly not least, Ghoulish Productions. I mean, wow. Their stuff was just incredible. Now, granted, these super big things are going to be more of collector items, so they will be pretty expensive. But a lot of their masks you can find on Amazon, and they're very affordable. I really like that one. I like the corn one. Honestly, just most of their stuff's pretty nice. So that was super cool. There's Momo, by the way. So I wanted to show off just some of those sweet, sweet things. Let me pull back up. Where is the... I hit stop sharing. Where do I go? Am I still sharing? I can't tell where I am. Where am I? Oh, there I am. That was creepy. I'm back. Okay, so that was HauNTcon. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the chat. I will try to get to them. But we're going to move on to the next topic, which is the masks I got. And I got 5 brand new masks. And may I say, each one of them is dope. I'm going to go in order and talk about each one. So, if you're just joining me now, we just took a look at HauNTcon, and now we're gonna look at some of the masks. And again, I got 5 new masks for Halloween. Each one of them is sick, and I recommend. I'm gonna do individual videos on each one, but this is an overview of some of the stuff you can expect coming soon. Hunt Is your haunt a cult-based one? I cannot share the theme of my haunt just yet. And if you're wondering where's the next teaser, I'm going to be working on it soon. Haven't gotten around to it. I want to make it suspenseful. So that'll be coming soon. I think it's a little ridiculous to pay over $100 for a mask, even though I paid $150 for my 2018 Michael. But I would honestly pay the $350 for the Night Owl Creep. Which one is the Night Owl Creep? I'm really not sure. Are you referring to one of the, are you talking about the ghoulish masks? Or are you talking about, are you talking about the, like, super professional Michael mask? If so, yeah, people pay a pretty penny for some of those masks. Yeah, honestly, it really depends on the mask and the quality and the paint and everything to determine how much you should pay. For me, most masks I get are about $50, which is a good price, I think. So let me grab the first mask. So hold on 1 second. I know, I'm coming. All right. So the first mask that I got, this is the only one that I got physically at the expo. What I mean is I got a couple others from the expo, like I purchased them there and they sent them to me, but this is the only one that I actually took on the plane ride back home. Because when I went to the expo, Lord Grimley's Manor, where I got most of these masks, they had boxes set out of discounted masks. This one was $25, which is a steal, by the way, to get a really good mask like this. And it's it was kind of squished in the box and everything. So I just said I'll just throw it in my backpack on the plane ride. No big deal. So I'm sorry. Oh, oh. Do you have a fever, Frank Vito? Frank Vito? I'm waiting for it. I know what he's gonna say. I know it. Here it comes. It's coming. He has a fever. Well, I'll finish it for him. For more cowbell. Of course. I do too. I always have a fever for more cowbell. Alexa, play cowbell.
Norwegian Cowbell by Paul Gilbert.
No. Alexa, stop. I can't get copyrighted on this stream. Alexa, I have a fever.
I'm sorry. I hope you're over the worst of it, and that you feel better soon.
That's not what I meant. Alexa, I have a fever for more cowbell.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Whatever. Well, Alexa obviously doesn't have a fever for more cowbell. Not you. I'm not talking about you.
I'm not sure.
Of course you're not. Anyways, so I got this mask right here. This is from Ghoulish Productions. I'm not exactly sure of the year it came out. I want to say 2017. Probably wrong. This is the Tweezer Clown. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you've seen uh this mask before. Uh again, it's from Ghoulish Productions. There's not really a whole lot to say. It's a really sweet mask. It's very creepy. It's, as you'll know, it has two tweezers or clips on its cheeks. You can actually remove them, which is really nice. So you don't even have to have tweezers on his cheeks. You can just be smiling, but it kind of looks weird. And the tweezers are just so much more original. It kind of makes it, a little more three-dimensional and interesting. And the sculpt, like if you saw it in person, you can just see all of the great detail in the mask. I'd put it on, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. But, you can see just how cool this mask really is. It fits really well. It's not a half mask or anything, but it feels like you can fit it on like one, which is awesome. So that is the Tweezer Clown. Now, let's move on to the next one, which also is a clown. What's that? This next mask is also a clown, as I mentioned, and I think this just might be, as far as I know, my favorite clown mask. Yeah, I'm sorry, Pennywise, but wait until you see this. This is awesome. This is called, and for good reason, the Psychedelic Clown. This one honestly creeps me out. I'm not really sure what to say, other than it's freaky. It looks like it's made out of candy. It looks like it's made out of cartoon characters. It's kind of a mix between Laughing Jack with the weird striped tongue, Looney Tune character, and Freakish Nightmare, because it's all three wrapped into one. But it's really cool. The eyes really capture the craziness of the character. Yeah, dang that tongue, because that tongue is freaky. And it fits really well. It fits very nicely. You can see through it rather easily. And in blacklight, the tongue glows really nice, and the whole thing has a really creepy purple glow to it. So yeah, highly recommend it. This one, you're right, it does look like something out of Beetlejuice. This one I actually got for a really good price of about $27 to $28. Can't beat it. I got it at lordgrimleysmanor.com. So again, that is the Psychedelic Clown. And you'll notice his hair is a part of the mask, but I think it works for the character because he is a cartoon-looking clown. But I think he's awesome. And you might just see him in the haunted house this year without giving too much away. Let's move on to the next mask. All right, so this one is perhaps the one I've wanted for the longest time. I've seen this one for several years, and I was so close to getting it on multiple occasions. Then when I got the HauNTcon, they had it there, and I just couldn't pass it up. So they sent it to me along with the next one I'm going to show you, and it's honestly just one of the coolest, creepiest, just neatest masks I've ever seen. This is Arachnoid. So Arachnoid is a mix between what looks like a spider. It also looks like the Predator, if you guys are fans of the Predator movies. And he also kind of looks like the Tusken Raiders out of Star Wars. So he's a mix of all three, but he is sweet. This is a Trick or Treat Studios mask. This came out several years ago. I'm not exactly sure of the exact year. But yeah, it's pretty dope. His hair is super big, and it fits really well. Like I said, he has all these really nice, glossy, shiny eyes, especially those two big ones in the front. This is something truly spectacular. Uh, Very creepy, very bug-like, and I'm a huge bug person. You probably know that from my Ghoulish Productions fly mask that I wore last Halloween. And while I want to wear this one this Halloween, I might have other options, but this would make a great addition to any haunted house because everyone is freaked out by freakish looking bug monsters. And this is probably one of the best ones. Yeah, it's dope. It's dope. I really dig this mask. This is definitely one of my favorites in my collection. But I have two more, and these ones are also pretty sweet. BRB. This next one is one of the most expensive masks that I've purchased. It'll run you a pretty penny to get the right one. But nay, it's worth it. Uh the most expensive mask that I ever bought, I don't know, it's probably between this one and the Krampus. The Krampus is my probable favorite mask I own, but we'll see. This one though, yeah, sorry, R.I.P to anyone wearing headphones. This one though is really well done. And a lot of you guys who talk to me, outside of YouTube and stuff, you'll know I've wanted this for a while. This is Vertigo. And if you're getting a headache right now while watching the stream, feel free to cover up the camera because some of my family members have said this mask gives them headaches. Doesn't exactly give me a headache, though it does mess with my eyes quite a bit. This is a pretty deluxe mask. I paid more than $80 for this. So this is a hot commodity, but it's super creepy. He has 6 eyes, 3 noses, and 2 mouths. Or possibly, I can't really tell how many mouths he has, but he has got a lot of everything going on. So everything on this is deluxe. This is fabric. The hat is a actual hat that you can remove and wear. Good day. Yeah, you can technically take this all off. I'm not going to because why ruin him? Even, I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of hard to tell. Can you see that? The eyelashes are all real. Can you see that? Like if I try to touch them, let me try to touch these. They're actual eyelashes. They're actually painted and they're actually glued onto the mask. That's dedication. So a neat little trivia thing about Vertigo here is that he was, the design for him was eventually acquired by Trick or Treat Studios, but it was originally sculpted and designed for American Horror Story Cult. It was going to be one of the masks used by the cult in the show. And this was one of the ones that didn't quite make the show, so they gave the rights over to Trick or Treat Studios, which I think is awesome. And I'm so glad that I have my own. And it's kind of nice that it's not licensed, American Horror Story or anything, because I think it's just creepy on its own. It doesn't need to have a show connected to it. So yeah, that's Vertigo. I'm going to put him away so you don't get any more headaches. Let's set him right there. And that's also one that they shipped to me from the convention. And now we're going to move to the last mask. Is it my favorite one out of the bunch? I'm not sure because all of those are pretty awesome. It's going to be hard to top them. I got this one in the mail today. It was from a good, very nice guy, Matt, on a Facebook group for all of you guys that think Facebook is for old people and your parents use Facebook, but you're on Snapchat and Instagram because you're hip. Facebook allows you to be in groups, and I'm in a mask collecting group for Distortions Unlimited. And someone was selling a bunch of their Distortions masks, and I happened to snag one, and it just got in the mail today. And are you ready to see it. And by the way, happy birthday, Haunt Creeper. Happy early birthday. I know people are going to be oohing and on about Valentine's Day, but happy birthday to you. Let me get the mask. So, this mask is actually from I can't talk. This mask is from Distortions Unlimited. This is from their Monster of the Month series that ran for several years. I think they started in 2015 and it went to like 2017 or so. So it lasted like 2-3 years. And this was probably the best one out of the group. They had a lot of really interesting designs, but this one might be my favorite, and you'll know why as soon as you see it. This is the name of the mask right up top. And that is because it's unpronounceable by human vocal cords. Obviously, this is an alien mask. And you can read the little story. You can freeze frame it if you want to read that. This mask was sculpted by the super amazing talented Jordu Shell, who is probably one of the best sculptors that I know of today. Amazing artist, awesome special effects guru. He's been known for working on movies such as Avatar, 300, Hellboy, Aliens vs. Predator, Men in Black, Batman Returns, Edward Scissorhands, Alien Resurrection, The X-Files, Predator 2, and so on and so forth. This is truly awesome. So what this mask is if you know Distortions, I'm pretty sure this is what they mean by the bottom of this. So if you know, Distortions has a full-sized alien prop. It's huge. It's a big, full-sized, creepy-looking alien, body, hands, feet, head, everything. That thing costs like $700 to $1,000. It's pretty expensive. There's actually several copies of it that are animated, and they actually breathe inside of the UFO museum in Roswell, New Mexico. And well, long story short, I'm not quite at the point of paying $700 for a giant alien, as much as I would like to. But they actually took the liberty of cutting off its head and making that into a mask. And the results are uncanny. This is the unpronounceable alien mask. So as you can see, it is super creepy and it is huge, mostly because it's also, you know, the head of a giant alien prop that was converted into a mask. But man, look at how big it is compared to my head. Like, it is larger than my head. Isn't it huge? But isn't the paint and everything fantastic? Now, I've seen this go for a lot of money. I actually got it for a pretty reasonable price. About $65, I'd say, from Matt, from that group chat. So, big shout out to you, Matt, because thank you for giving me a good deal on this guy. Because, man, it is really well done. It looks like it was at one point alive. That's how real it is when you see it in person. And though this alien can't say it because he doesn't speak English, happy birthday, Waylon. Thank you for watching the stream, even on your birthday. I hope it made your birthday a little more special. So yeah, this is the unpronounceable alien, and he would say happy birthday, Waylon, but obviously he can't speak English, can you? No, he can't, unfortunately. But I will say happy birthday from the both of us. And may I say, you guys kind of know at this point that I'm an alien nerd. I've always loved aliens. It's always been one of my favorite monsters. So this is obviously gonna be one of the top picks for my favorite mask. I've always wanted this, and now I can finally say I've got one. So So let me set it over here. Those are all of the sweet, 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 sweet masks that I've acquired as of recent. And so we're moving on in the live stream, I should say, to the third segment. So I talked about HauNTcon. We discussed the new things. We took a look at 5 awesome masks. And, finally, we're going to be looking at horror movie trailers. Anthony asks, be honest, did you always want to do a cult-based haunt? I haven't always wanted to do a cult-based haunt. It has intrigued me to do so, but I would much rather make a cult-based horror film than to do a haunt, because it's harder to make that a haunted house than it is to make it a story. Because a haunted house takes more effort to make the story. And I hope this year's haunt will get the story across. So, without further ado, we're going to finally take a look at a couple horror trailers, and I hope you're going to like them. I'm going to start off with the one that's probably not that well known by a lot of people, and then we're going to move up into the ones that I think are much more mainstream. So, there's a lot to be shown here, but let me start screen sharing, and we will take a look at exactly what I wanted to show. So, first things first. Oh yeah, we were looking up clean vines earlier. I'm gonna look up the first. All right, so the first thing we're gonna be watching is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. A lot of these are actually from the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. These are like mini ads that they premiered during the Super Bowl. And this first one is by Guillermo del Toro. If you don't know that name, which hopefully you do, because he's a very famous and talented director. He directed Crimson Peak, and he also directed The Shape of Water, which was an Oscar-nominated film. And this is his rendition of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which is based off of a series of short stories contained within a book. So I'm just gonna play the trailer. I'm gonna turn it up so I can hear it.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. This film is not yet rated. Summer from Guillermo del Toro.
What the heck was that? That was disturbing. So all of those were equally disturbing. Let me quickly get back to the live stream for just a second. So let me get back here for 1 second. I wanted to turn the camera. Why can't I turn the camera back on? Wanted to get back on here for just a second. So that was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Now I have the book. It's laying around here somewhere. I haven't read the book yet. I want to read the book. The artwork in the book is fantastic and incredible. And if you see the character designs for these new creatures that are going to be in the movie, they look very much like the characters in the book, which is really nice that they're paying attention to detail, which Guillermo del Toro always does to a T. So that's awesome. I also think that it's really cool that we're not really seeing the full story of the movie. We're just kind of getting little snippets of it here and there. Again, those are just, Super Bowl ads, but I hope they don't give too much away in the final trailers of the film. I also want to say I'm curious as to the structure of the movie. I know the stories are, vignette anthology stories. They don't really share a universe. They just kind of are creepy stories. But the movie, the main actor kid looks like he's encountering all of the creatures throughout the ads. So I don't know if it's one consecutive story that intertwines all of these creatures and stories together, or if, just for the teaser they use the same kid 3 times. I don't know, but that was the first trailer that I wanted to show you guys. So let me screen share again, and we're going to go to the second one. So the second trailer that I wanted to watch, Child's Play. I've had many requests to talk about this, so I'm just going to watch it live, because why not? All right, here we go. This came out, that's because this trailer came out just in time for The Prodigy, which just opened like 2 nights ago. All right, let's play it. My best friend. I love this song. Wow, it's number 6 on trending. Ooh. Ooh, the producers of It. That's a good sign. Ooh. Oh, there he is. There's Chucky. Chucky? Ooh. Ooh, his hand is creepy. I can't really tell what... Ooh, there he is. I can't really tell what was going on with the part with his mom. Let me open back up this. I couldn't really tell what was going on with his mom. It almost looked like she was going to get hit by something. If you could figure that out, something was coming towards her head. Looked kind of like a part in like a Saw movie or something. Didn't really fit the vibe of the rest of the trailer. So you can tell me what you think. But anyways, so that trailer is pretty sweet. So a little background on me. I am a huge fan of the original continuity of the Chucky films. I'm just going to call them the Chucky films because they're Child's Play, they're Chucky, they're whatever you want to call them. The point is, it's about the killer doll Chucky. And if you didn't know, you can watch my video on Let's Talk Child's Play 2019. But this isn't following the same continuity. This is a different story. The Charles Lee Ray voodoo put this killer soul in the doll. They scrapped that idea. This is a hacked robot doll that's going to be a killing machine. And from what I'm aware of, I don't know if he talks. I don't know if Chucky's actually going to be quirky and talk like in the previous movies. Because again, this isn't a killer soul in a doll. This is a robot. So why would it need to crack jokes and do all the same things that Chucky did? Which I actually respect them for doing something different. I hope it's good. I hope they pull it off good. Because if he's cracking jokes and doing that stuff, it's not going to fit with the story. So I hope he's just kind of this blank robot killing machine. That would make it a lot more intense and a little more gritty. For he's not going to talk. I'm hearing he's not going to talk. So we'll see. I kind of hope he doesn't talk because I think it'll make it a little bit creepier unless, he has these little programmed sayings. He's just going to say his little, "Hi, I'm Chucky." Ah! Well, actually, he wouldn't even scream. He just kind of run at people. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with the movie. But it looks well done, looks well shot, looks well edited. I love that they added the "people let me tell you about my best friend" because it fits into the friend to the end motif that Chucky's into. And if you still like the original Brad Dourif Chucky like me, they're also Don Mancini and the people who worked on those films. They're also working on a Child's Play TV show that's going to tie into those movies, so you won't miss out on the real Chucky. But this one still looks fun and entertaining. Gabriel Bateman, who's the star of the movie, who plays Andy, he's a good actor. I follow him on Instagram, and he does a lot of movies. He's known for doing Lights Out. He also was in Annabelle Creation, and now he's in Child's Play. So this kid's been through a lot. But I respect him for doing these movies because it's really cool to be in some of these properties. So he's already fought against 2 killer dolls, which is pretty crazy. So that's pretty fun. And I would love, by the way, to all of you asking in the chat, I would love to see a doll based off the new Chucky. Just saying. And I also like that they didn't reveal him in the trailer. That was cool. I'm glad they didn't do that. Now, let's look at the final, well, I guess not technically final trailer that I wanted to show, but one of them, one of the trailers I wanted to show. And that is Pet Cemetery. Pet Cemetery freaked me out when I first saw it. It's a very dark story. Should I watch the trailer too? I'm going to watch trailer 2 because I haven't seen it yet. So this is my actual reaction. I heard there's like a weird twist in it. If you haven't seen trailer 1, go check that out too. But I'm going to watch trailer 2. If you don't know, Pet Cemetery is kind of a monkey paw-esque story about a family whose young child passes away after getting hit by a car. And they know of a cemetery where they bury pets and they come back to life. So they do the same thing with their young kid. So it's, you know, it's a very tough story because it's kind of like, what would you do in the case? And it's really hard to say, but the classic movie is very creepy, and I'm excited to see this trailer. So let's jump into it. Oh, that's nice. Aw. What did Ellie see? They spelled it wrong. Aw. That actor, what do I know him from? Okay, I want to pause this 1 second because as much as this new older guy who plays I forgot the name of the character. You guys probably know the name of the character. You know who it is. Uh you can leave a comment. Um but it's coming back to me. Get never mind, I'm not even gonna try. But the whole point is he was originally played by in the original movie. He was originally played by Fred Gwynne, who was known for playing Herman Munster from the Munsters, and his performance in the original movie was so iconic. It's gonna be hard to top him, but I just wanted to throw that in there because Fred Gwynne was awesome. Ooh, that's weird. The It and The Shining. That's 2 good stories. Yeah. Dead things. Church is back. Uh-oh. What? Ooh. What?
I should never have shown you that place. The child is not the only thing to come back.
Wow. This is really interesting. The editing is pretty cool in this trailer, I gotta say. The same. They don't come back the same. That's for sure. No! No, 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 no. Oh. Okay, so lots of things that I could talk about there. Let me go back. Where's my Where is the browser? Ah, there it is. Hang on one sec. Sorry. There's a lot to talk about there. So in the original Pet Cemetery, it's Gabe, the young boy, who gets hit by the semi truck and comes back. And in this, the twist is I kind of wish I'll get to that in a second. The twist is that the girl is now the one who's going to be buried and resurrected. A little pet peeve of mine, they show way too much in movie trailers now. I really don't like it. It really spoils the movie. That would have been so creepy to see in the theater because everyone who's seen the old movie and read the book knows that Gabe is the one who gets hit. What a twist it would have been to see the girl get hit. But now we've seen the trailer. Now we know what happens. That's a bummer. But still is really cool. Well edited. I like the music. It's very creepy. So yeah, what happens is the old man, a family moves into a house. The old man next door tells them that there is a cemetery where people have buried their pets and they come back to life. So their cat Church gets hit by a car and they bury him there and he comes back to life, but he's deranged. So, long story short, in this movie, the girl, but in the original, Gabe, the little boy, gets hit by a car. Tragically, it's very sad. It's very disturbing. Gets hit, and the father, who's distraught as a parent would be, buries the child in the pet cemetery, knowing that it will bring them back to life. But when they're resurrected, they are not the same. They are deranged. They're a killer. They're a zombie. They're creepy, and it'll make for a scary film. So yeah, very interesting concept. If you've ever read the short story of The Monkey's Paw by Edgar Allan Poe, I've read it on my channel before. You can check it out in the Haunt Stories playlist. It has uh, that same message in that story. But the whole point is I would have liked to have seen the twist in the theater, not in the trailer. But I think it's a well done thing. And the part at the end where the old man's heel is shown, like the back of his foot, and then the creepy thing comes up. If you've seen the original movie, I've looked away at that part because I have a thing for feet in movies. I don't know why. I've just had this. I don't like to watch people get their foot hurt. I can't explain why. And maybe this is just me. I don't know. Does anyone else out there have this predicament? I don't like watching feet injuries in movies. I really don't. People who get cut on the feet, people who get poked on the feet, even in Home Alone where Marv's foot goes on the nail. Like I get it's a comedy moment, but it's still because I've stepped on nails before. And in the original movie, he gets the back of his foot cut. And I'm going to probably have to look away at that part because I do not like that. But other than that, looks like a very creepy movie. And finally, because I've had a few people request it in the chat, and because it's my most anticipated film of 2019, little tidbit, I am going to be showing you the Us trailer. By Jordan Peele, the director of Get Out. Now, Us is his second kind of psychological thriller horror film, out of the same vein as Get Out. He has plans to do, I believe, 3 more. So he had a total of 5 movies in mind. Get Out was the first, and 4 sequels would then follow. It's not really a sequel. It's just 4 other movies that are similar, kind of in their tone, are coming out. So we're going to look at Us. This is my most anticipated film that I want to see of the year because I know Jordan Peele is a super talented guy, and I'm excited to see the movie. I'm also pretty darn sure it's going to be funny, too. Because he's a funny guy. Also, quick pause. Sorry, I'm not gonna try to keep pausing it. But the little boy is wearing a Jaws shirt, and Jordan Peele said that's one of his favorite horror films, along with The Shining, which is mine. Funky Paw Productions. Interesting. This music is great, by the way. Wonder if, oh, is that guy bleeding? Hmm. Okay, so quick pause. I'm sorry to pause it again. I'm annoying. Sorry, I'm that annoying person who likes to click buttons. But so if you just saw, there was a shadow of someone holding scissors. These clippers are held by, I believe, I'm not sure of the exact name of what Jordan Peele calls them. You know, he's kind of explained what the trailer represents. I'm just going to call it a doppelganger because that's how I remember it. It's not really a doppelganger. It's called a tether. That's what it is. He calls them the tethers. They're essentially a copycat of the family. So if you've ever heard of the legend of like doppelgangers, of how people, look just like someone else, take over their life, essentially the tethers are trying to detether themselves from the original person. And the shears, the scissors, represent the tether trying to separate themselves from the original family member. So I'm just going to let this play out. That's creepy. We can get crazy. Ooh. Oh. It's us. That looks so good. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that is such a well done trailer. Looks like not only a well done film, but just looks like such a great horror movie. I love what Jordan Peele's doing, by the way. Uh, you also notice there's a lot of rabbit symmetry, symbolism, and symmetry in the trailer. Rabbits are also kind of alluded to throughout Get Out. Rabbits are nocturnal creatures, from what I've read. This is all kind of like from other videos and kind of things that I've read. Rabbits are nocturnal creatures, so they're very symbolic of the night, and the night is also symbolic of darkness and a lot of times evil. And rabbits are also known for being caught and kind of skinned and used for like food and used for their fur. And in Get Out, that was referred to, run rabbit, because the guy would try to catch him and kill him. And in the film, the main character is trying to be caught by the white people that were trying to be put in his body. Sorry, spoilers, but it's Get Out. You should have seen it. But this film also has the rabbit's symbolism. I'm excited to see where that goes. I'm just overall excited for the film. It looks really awesome. Looks really cool. Uh, and Jordan Peele's awesome. So you guys know when that comes out. I want to say it comes out in March. If so, that's so close. I'm so excited. I know a lot of people are ready for Avengers Endgame. I am too. I'm a huge Marvel fan, but man, Jordan Peele, he knows how to do this stuff. So yeah, I want to say it comes out in March. Let me see if it has a date. Doesn't say. I'm assuming March. Alexa, when does Jordan Peele's Us hit theaters?
I'm not sure.
Oh, in April? Okay. Well, regardless, it comes out soon, and I'm excited to watch it. Is there any other trailer that I forgot to watch? Because I know there's been some that I haven't seen. I did a video on my Godzilla reaction, and there isn't a trailer yet for It Chapter 2. So I think that was all the main trailers that I needed to watch for you guys. So if anyone on a video of mine is commenting, hey, where's your reaction, or have you seen the trailer for blah, 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 you know where to point them, and I know where to point them because I did so in this video. Happy Death Day 2. Sure. Yeah, let's look at Happy Death Day 2. It comes out next weekend, or this upcoming weekend, I should say. So it's the closest one on out of all of these. But I'm fine with looking at it because it looks pretty decent. So if you remember, I wasn't a huge fan of the original Happy Death Day. I didn't think it was bad. I just didn't think it was as good as it could have been. So I hope they kind of took the criticism and used that for Happy Death Day 2. Happy Death Day 2 you. Hey, by the way, they had a They Live poster in the background. Thank you for that. Baby mask. Okay, the one kind of thing I don't like in the trailer is they pretty much reveal and spoil the original movie, which I get. If you're gonna go see the sequel, you probably have seen the original, but for the sake of people who haven't, just cut that out. Uh-oh, baby's back. Baby, come back. They could have used that in the trailer. This is definitely much more of horror comedy territory. Ooh, there's what? There's actually blood? Wow, the original didn't really have that. Go, shorty. Also, I hope I don't get demonetized for showing these trailers in my live stream. I'm reacting, Universal. By the way, I think it could be her, or it could be the. I think it could be her. I think it could be the Asian roommate guy. Not him. Him. That's just my little, food for thought on the trailer. I do think it looks pretty good. I think it definitely is more of a horror comedy, which I'm not going to complain because that's my favorite genre, horror comedies. but I feel like it could dive a little more into the horror and comedy. I feel like it's not committed to either, so I wish it would do that more. Um, I think I like what they're doing. I can't tell from the trailer, but from the looks of it now, it looks like she is reliving the same day that she did in the first film, but now it's like back, like it went back in time. I can't really tell what's going on. And I also can't tell, is she the only one who's experiencing it, or now everyone is. And then in the trailer, it showed the killer from the original film, her roommate, being stabbed and dying. So is there a new killer? How did they take over the original day? They have some loose ends to tie up from the trailer, but it did one thing, and it got me thinking about the movie. So it has that going for it. The mask is also pretty neat. I think it's kind of weird that it's like the the school's mascot. I guess maybe that's a part of the comedy, but whose school's mascot is a baby? Usually it's like a Spartan or an animal or something like that. I've never seen a school mascot be a baby. It's not intimidating at all, but I guess that's kind of the joke, maybe. And plus, Happy Death Day. It's a birthday baby, whatever. The mask is creepy, and perhaps I'll even get my hands on one and do a review of it. So we'll see how that goes. Um, so yeah, that is, I think, it. Is there any other trailers now that I haven't reacted to? Or if not, I'm going to wrap up this live stream because I know it's been a lot of fun and I hope you guys enjoyed it. But it is getting later and I want to save more stuff for the next live stream, which will be coming soon. So don't you fret. Again, if you have any other questions, comments, uh, creeps, you can leave those in there too. Yeah, the Scary Stories trailer was awesome. And there's going to be a Tim Burton's Frankenweenie, the series, coming out to your DeviantArt page that is awesome. So check out Madison Rousseau if you are interested in those Frankenweenie designs, because that was a fun movie. Oh, Lila Rhoda. Yes, that trailer is out right now. That is a Hispanic urban legend. I believe she is the Weeping Woman. It is a film that is produced by James Wan. I will watch that and then we'll call it a day. How does that sound? Let's do that. So this will be the last trailer that I watch. I'm sure there could be more, but I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I could always watch more next time if you guys like this segment. The Curse. I like also how the guy in the trailer has to say the name of it so you know how to pronounce it. It's just kind of funny. Lila Rhoda. Lila Rona. Lila. Okay, that that priest is the same priest from Annabelle, so you already know you're in for some goodness. So I guess James Wan probably liked him as a priest because he's back. And yeah, if you haven't heard of what the Curse of Lila Rhoda is, she is the weeping woman in like Mexican folklore. She's essentially Bloody Mary, kind of, but in their culture, she's probably bigger. James Wan. Just because his name on it already gets me excited. Aww. Oh. She reminds me of the witch from Left 4 Dead who cries and then jumps at you. Hmm. Ooh, I like that. I also like how this shot is. I mean, how these shots are done in the car. Oh, good. Oh, no. That didn't help. Oh. Oh, what? Yeah, so she has blood coming down from her eye sockets. I think that's kind of her signature look. We actually have Halloween props of her. So if you like, Halloween props to go along with your horror films, that might just be one for you. I think Distortions Unlimited actually made her. So, all of that being said, that was a look at some of the new things you can expect in 2019 as far as films, masks, and props. I hope you enjoyed this live stream, you guys. I had a blast, and feel free to rewatch it as much as you want because even though it's not live, we still had a fun time. Again, thank you guys for 30,000 subscribers. God is awesome. Make sure to check me out on social media, where you'll never miss things that are going on behind the scenes. Also, check out that community tab. It's going to come in handy. And new videos come out every Saturday, but I am doing a Valentine's Day special, I believe, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to be doing, I might be doing something different than this, but most likely I'm going to be doing a review of My Bloody Valentine 3D. I've done a review of My Bloody Valentine, but never the 3D reboot yet, so I'm going to probably tackle that. So I hope you'll enjoy it. Interesting movie. And, well, that's the plan. Thank you all for watching this live stream of terror, and we officially covered everything I wanted. So we're done. Click. No, I'm just kidding. But hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you in the future. Isn't that weird to think I could see your future and I'm in it? Oh, and one more thing. This is self-advertisement. But if you want to see an unboxing of a Lila Rhoda figurine, an unboxing of a Dracula shirt, Valentine's Day cards with monsters on them, and a Chucky blanket, then go check out my brand new video I just released today on the Loot Fright for February 2019. Just wanted to get that out there. Thank you for watching, and remember as always, you guys, for all things Halloween, this is hauntformer.